Hey folks, today I've got a quick video on a new feature that's just being announced and launched, or at least launched for some people anyways, on Strava that gives you a flyover of your activities. In effect, it gives you something kind of like Relive without all the features of Relive. Now, let me just show you how this works. First thing, you need to be a subscriber of Strava, so in other words, a paid subscriber for it. Second, you need to be on Android, at least for right now. Strava says by the end of the year, it'll be on iOS as well, but for today, it's just an Android thing. Also, you may have to reopen and close your app or whatever the case is. If you're just seeing this video right now, it may take a couple hours or something to roll out. Anyways, with that all set, you'll go ahead into your activity feed and you can find an activity you want. This is a hike I did back in August in the Dolomites, and I can go and tap the map there. And then on the lower right-hand side, you'll see the flyover option. Again, if you don't see the flyover option yet and you're on Android, just restart the app a few times, make sure you have the latest update, and just go out for a coffee or something like that. From there, I tap the flyover option, wait a couple seconds, and it'll start to fly over. And basically start at the very beginning. You see that little blue dot, that obviously is you, and you see the orange line, and it's actually creating a two-tier line. It's kind of weird. You'll see it a couple times here. It's creating like an elevated line above the line. Don't really understand why, but nonetheless, that's what it's doing. And it's going to go through your entire route. This route was about 30K. It took about 8 hours. This will take forever. For example, I did a hike a couple weeks ago. It was 60K and it was about 12 hours. To play back that in the app here took 6 minutes, which is mind-boggling. Who wants to watch this for 6 minutes? I mean, it's cool, right? Like, this is cool right here, going up around this little corner. This is a beautiful hike, by the way. One of the things you can't do with this, though, is you can't show any pictures. So for fun, here is a picture of that exact moment that I actually took in real life. And that's something that Relive could do. Relive is another third-party app. In fact, back about 4 years ago now, I think 2019 or so, Strava and Relive got in a big old fight and they broke up. They used to be like best buddies, and then Strava got upset at them because Relive added a social feed to their app, something that seemed pretty straightforward, but Strava said that was duplicating Strava's functions, which is bizarre. The whole thing was stupid when it happened, and it's still stupid, and nonetheless, Strava is starting to duplicate some of Relive's features, but only at a very basic level. You can see this dot is still moving, by the way. I haven't changed the speed or anything. This is it right here. Versus on the Relive side, I can add in pictures and videos and show the highest peaks and the fastest speeds, and I can change the orientation of the video to vertical, and there's a gazillion options on the Relive app, and of course some of those options do cost money, but then again, this is also costing money if you have a subscription. By the way, here's another fun picture right around there, just because, I got pictures to burn and time to burn because this is taking kind of forever. Now, one of the things to note about this is do not touch the screen. I'm not touching this. You see, look but no touch. If you touch this, it stops and it ends and you got to do it all over again. So do not touch the screen. Also, you can't export this out right now, so there's no way to export this out, save it, and go ahead and post it to social media. The only way I'm exporting this is by screen recording the whole thing, and then I will obviously overlaying it right now on the screen that you're seeing there. And just to be clear, that's all there is to this feature. There's no other options to add anything else at all. It's just this. Once you're done, you click the little X in the corner like that, and you're back to your map view, and you just do it again on some other activity. So the thing is, I actually don't mind the reduced feature set of what Strava is doing here in terms of not having photos and all that kind of stuff out of the gate. That'll, of course, come probably at some point. They haven't said that, but I think that's pretty obvious that'll happen. Obviously, you upload your photos and videos to Strava. They have all the altitude and all the information like that. So adding those things seems like it would make sense. But that said, it still feels like this was a bit rushed. In my mind, there was 3 things that needed to happen for minimum product viability, or basically the minimum thing Strava should have done before they launched this to the public. Number 1, it should have been Android and iOS out of the gate. No one's asking for this urgently, so waiting a couple extra weeks for iOS would make sense. Number 2, and most importantly, I should be able to export or save this out. What is the point of this if I can't save it? That's the main social media thing would be to use this and save it and do something with it, and I can't do that. Number 3, you gotta fix the speed. I literally don't have all day to sit here and watch a blue dot go around. I don't understand why it's so slow, and it's not like a rendering thing. It's just, that's the speed they chose. It's just like one of those boop, beady boop, beady boop, watching it go along. But again, I'm not trying to hate on Strava here. I think Strava is on the right track. I know some people will say Strava should focus on fixing some other thing, like, for example, adding in, triathlon support for multi-support, showing, swim, bike, run in the same activity. And I would agree with all those things. But at the same time, I think this is something that is actually useful and valuable, at least could be, and that's certainly proven by the fact that Relive exists and has existed for many years and has grown and all that kind of fun stuff. So I think there's certainly value in what Strava's trying to do. It's just, it seems like they went a little bit premature on this one. So it is what it is. Anyways, I'm sure that'll get sorted out over time. It'll become a favorite feature, again, once they add more features to it and add a bit more polish to it. With that all said, if you did find this video, not that video, but like this video, useful, then go ahead and just simply whack the like button at the bottom there, or subscribe for plenty more sports technology goodness. With that, have a good one.